My name is Shelley Reef, and I'm here today to give you a demonstration of therapy harps and how we use them in sound healing situations. So this is a therapy harp. These are 38-string zither harps. They are tuned in a chord. What that means is that very different than an upright harp, where you have to be musically trained in order to play it. These instruments are tuned in a chord so that they can be used by yogis, healers, and therapists, sound healers, without the need for learning traditional music theory. So every different harp has a different tuning. You can choose. There's 5 different tunings on my website. You can choose which one you like. There's a new one as of this year called the Mystical. So if you have listened before, be sure you listen again to all the tunings on the website. As I say, they're made for non-musicians. You can, of course, be a musician and play them. But the idea is to use them in healing. And we use them directly on the bodies of clients. And I'm going to give you a nice demonstration in a second, but if you can just imagine that I have a client laying here who's in need of energy healing of any sort. The therapy harp can lay directly on the torso of the person. It can also, of course, lay on the back of the person, or, if you're doing yoga therapy, you can also find creative ways to lay the harp up against the person. And if you watch now, all I'm going to do is strum across every single string in the instrument, and just notice that I never hit a wrong note. And this is how easy it will be for you to learn how to play. In our training, we learn lots of dynamics of this. So the idea is to have an instrument that is so beautiful. A harp is always associated with heaven, with angels, with that which is good and uplifting and of the light. Harps are one of the very first instruments ever recorded, and they're in the Bible. So they're always associated, even like in our DNA, as being associated with that which is good. And so when we play a harp for people or on people, they tend to immediately have a sense of well-being. And there's nothing like a sense of well-being to heal the body. The parasympathetic nervous system comes into alignment, and all the parts of the body start communicating in the wholeness of well-being. And so it makes the work of the practitioner quite easy, really. The only thing you have to do is show up with a tuned harp. So the idea is to be able to play this beautiful instrument, not as if you're playing a musical instrument, and not as if you're thinking a lot about what you're playing, but to have this sound be in answer to that which the person or people around you are wanting or needing to hear at that time for the purpose of healing. I'll give you a demonstration now using both harps so you can hear the difference between them. Just for reference, this one is a heart-tuned therapy harp, and this one is a celestial-tuned therapy harp. So they have very different sounds. I tend to play them with the bowls and the monochord. I bring a lot into my sound. But when I work one-on-one with someone, all I need is one harp. I'm a professional sound healer, and I get called out to all different kinds of events as a sound healer. And sometimes I can only take one instrument. If I have to choose among all of these instruments to take into a wedding, a funeral, a birth, a hospital, a hospice situation, any of these, I'm going to choose this instrument right here because it's always uplifting, always appropriate in every single situation. It answers every call. So let me give you a few minutes of just pure demonstration right now so you can really enjoy. Maybe you can imagine that the harps are being played on you. And sometimes I like to let the bowls lead the way in, but it's certainly not necessary. That was a very brief demonstration of a sound bath with the therapy harps. And such a sound bath could be with one person, as I said, played on the body of the person, and it could also be for an entire room, or in my case, occasionally an entire arena full of people. The therapy harps are so generous in their sound. And yes, I do get students to play with the intricacy of which I just played. On that note, I think it might be nice for you to see what would be available in the level 1 certification training. I'll play right now at that level without any embellishments from the advanced course. So you could see where you could possibly be after just that 120-hour training. So believe it or not, that's the basic level 1 playing techniques. It does get more intricate from there, and if you ever chose to go on to the advanced, that's when we break it up and learn how to play multiple instruments all at once. So you can sing and chant with your therapy harps. You can play them with other people, with other instruments. All of these things are in the training. Our next training is coming up at the end of March. It's a 20-hour training. We break it up over 4 days. And we break those 4 days up over 2 weekends that are 2 weeks apart. So we do a Saturday and a Sunday, March 28 and 29. And then we take a 2-week break. The reason for the 2-week break, first, is so that everybody's fingers can heal, because if you're a brand new harp player, no matter how much I say take it slowly, people get very excited and their fingers get sore after the first weekend. So we take 2 weeks off, and also so that people's fingers can heal, and then they can start playing during that time. And when we come back on the second session, people have very educated questions to ask. On that second weekend, it's again 5 hours each day over a Saturday and Sunday. Those fall on April 11 and 12. And on this last day, we do 2 things. One is we break up into breakout rooms so that people can play for other students and get feedback. And it's really good to stretch those legs in such a safe environment with your fellow students. And the other thing that we do is I will come in and pull you out of those breakout rooms one by one and have a one-on-one session with you where you can ask me any questions whatsoever. You can play for me, and I can give you advice. So, my goal is always to match you exactly where you are, so that you get the most out of the training. The training comes with this a very jumpy clip there. It comes with a 35-page manual, so everything is already written down for you. Lots of room to take notes in this. It's online. And the reason that online works so well is not only is it more accessible, and now we can have students from all around the world, but because when we put a whole bunch of harp players together in a room and everybody has a different tuning, no one can hear themselves play. And so the only way for people to play is we have to go one at a time, and it takes up so much time during the day. But online, you can be playing the whole time that I'm talking, and it works out wonderfully. People actually graduate better students when we train online. So to make up for that, in the second half of this year, we'll be having a Harp Healers Retreat in Sedona, which will be great fun when we all get together. It's pretty amazing. So I suppose the next question that you're asking is, what about the harps? So the harps are available on my website where, of course, as I said, you can listen to all the different tunings of them. I want you to know that the descriptions of the different tunings are literal. It's not something that we came up with for marketing purposes at all. The names and the descriptions of the tunings, the properties of the tunings are not unlike the properties of different alchemies, where, you know, we wear different alchemies on our body or hold them, our crystals, because they have different healing properties. Some are good for healing, some are good for sleep, some are good for cleansing, as it is with the crystal alchemy bowls. Well, so it is with the chords and the tones of the therapeutic harps. And this is derived from so many years of witnessing the results of the different chords in people who are receiving. So, you know, as you go and listen, you can also really trust those descriptions. And if you have bowls or other instruments, monochords, whatever it is that you want to match the tones and the notes of your therapy harp to, just send me an email and let me know what you have, and I'll let you know which tuning of the harp goes with your other instruments. Happy to help with that, always. Let's see, what else can I tell you? These are the finest zither-style harps on the planet. Certainly that I know of, and I look all the time. They are made of redwood and mahogany. They are the finest fittings, the pins, the strings, the bridge, everything possible in a stringed instrument. With the minimal amount of care, these will be in the family for generations. This one has been around the world with me about 10 times, has fallen out of the back of a truck and had quite a few mishaps. And as you can see, she's still in perfectly beautiful shape. One thing I should share about the harps is let's see if I can get it in the light. There's a little hole right there. And there's another one down here at the bottom and one on the other side. Those are called sound ports. It's the only instrument featuring something like this. It's made for self-healing, and you can also do this on others. But if you hold the harp like this and seal your ear up against that little hole and just lightly strum the harp, the results are as if you're standing inside of the harp. I've never seen any faster way to bring someone out of a panic attack, anxiety. You just set the harp on their lap, have them put their ear up against that little hole there, and it's just an instant transport to heaven, to a very innocent place, really, because harps are always energetically and emotionally associated with that, with safety and care and innocence. So the harps come with an electronic tuning kit so that you can tune your harp, and of course a tuning key. There is a beginner's course online that is a prerequisite for the level 1. It's 4 hours, and it's required because that's where you learn how to tune your harp. You can keep that recording forever. It also comes with a manual. People love the beginner's course because they can take it in their own time, rewatch it over and over and over again, and it will to be best friends with your harp and very comfortable. And the last thing they come with are these very sturdy padded cases with an accessory pocket here on the side. They come with a handle and a shoulder strap for easy carrying. They're very, very sturdy. As I said, mine's been around the world so many times, airplanes, trains, and automobiles, and it's still hanging in there. So, let's see, time goes so quickly. I promised you 30 minutes. So I'll open this up for questions in a second. I just want to let you know a little bit more if you're interested in becoming a therapy harpist. Before a training, because the training's coming up really fast, we always produce harps in advance so that there's some ready to go, because they do take about 8 to 10 weeks to build. They're hand built in the United States in a harp dedicated manufacturing facility that puts a lot of love into the instruments. So before training, we have some pre-built so that we have some. They do go fast and we do run out before a training. The ones that we have right now have dragonfly or tree of life rosettes on them, just so you know. If you were interested in angelic, you would need to let me know right away, because those can be a little bit tougher to get the strings into in time. And in that training, we cover everything from tuning your harp in under 10 minutes to the playing techniques that I just demonstrated, and how to play the harp on the body of a person. That is really what we're certifying you in, is this hands-on connection with a body and an instrument. So it's very important that we certify you as a healer. And I'm very proud to say that after years of developing this training, we're very capable of doing just that.